Hello, and in today's video I would like to show you how you can easily review a PR, so a pull request. So when you receive a pull request from someone on GitHub, for instance, or GitLab or Bitbucket, is pretty much the same. You will see, usually you would receive a notification, like for me I would receive a notification here if I'm watching the repository. If I don't, then I won't have a notification. What I would see here, oh, there's one pull request, so I click here. This is, by the way, if you are not aware, it's one library I have done quite a long time ago, a few years ago. So it was probably in 2017 or 19 actually. So or 2018, 19, something like this. Yeah, 2018 July. And now I have received a nice pull request. So the pull request is this one, and it's because he didn't want to reinvent the wheel, and so he thought it was just a good idea to use my library. However, David had to do some changes to make my library compatible with its needs. So his needs were a little bit different than what the library was doing, and so he just thought, okay, I have done the changes, why not also to push the changes to as a fork. So first he forked my library, so you can fork a library easily like this here, fork, and then you do changes, you push it to your repository. So for him, you will see it's there, repositories, and there you can see forked from PH7, not allowed. And that's the library. He did an update yesterday even, so he did some so if you go to the branch, that's the branch he just created, and he did the last commit was yesterday, so it was on the 31st, because today we are the 1st of January. And he did a few changes. You see move, I left some comments. So here move test extended, I suggested him to move in a different folder. So it was, and there was a few other things, and he was really reactive, and it's really good to see this. The changes he did was really nice, because I believe I will merge them also in my repository, since it's not just for his needs, but it's also optimization, adding a cache. So a cache, it's a dynamic cache, so it's an array cache. So obviously the files are like, you have banned words, so you have a list of banned usernames, banned emails, and so on. And every time the library is calling that txt text file, and so you can check if it does more than once in one run. You can check in an array, in a static array, is it run or not, and if it does, because you store it dynamically in an array, you can see directly it hasn't been called. So then we have to read the txt file, or it has been called once because we increment, or that array with that key already exists, so we can directly call what we have saved dynamically in the array. So this is what he's saying. Too long, don't read. So too long, didn't read, and this is what he just mentioned. Adds caching support, validation against a array values, an array of values, and then different things. And you can see here unit tests as well. He covered more unit tests of the changes he did, so everything was covered already, but he added more unit tests for the changes he has done. And then here, I don't know, look what was in. So here is just a suggestion, so he didn't do it, but indeed you can use like accent or different things that might be a good idea to use. So that's what he was suggesting, and indeed, like this one with the dot, it won't be banned, so we have to be careful. And the same here with the accent, using accents, he's absolutely right, we have to be careful. So that's the commits he has done. He's really good at communicating, so it's really nice. Also, in my case, I'm not hiring, obviously. This is just a library for myself. But if you are a company and if you want to work for a company, for instance, you want to work for, let's say, Stripe, for instance, you will, maybe Stripe is a too big company. No, it could be good too. You will contribute in a lot of libraries, and then when the day that will come, you will submit your application. Like you see a job offer, you see a job position, and you like the job description, you will just apply, and you show your GitHub, and the people from Stripe, they will already know your avatar, I mean your profile photo, your name maybe, because you previously you contributed quite a lot from the library. And the same for any kind of library. You want to work for Mangetto, for instance, well, you are the e-commerce solution, or Spotify, no, it's not that one, but Shopify, sorry, not Spotify, Shopify, then you will also contribute quite a lot. If you want to work for PrestaShop, although maybe nowadays it's not as popular as it used to be, you will also contribute a lot, and then it will be easier for you to submit well to, like, they will know already, and they know already how you communicate well and how you code, and it will be much easier for them to make a decision on if they will hire you or not, and it's very likely that they will. It's a big plus compared to the other candidates. So that's just a advice if you're looking for a job. So here, let's continue. This is everything he did. You see, I have left a few comments, and he was so reactive. So again, like if I was a company and after we receive an application from him, or maybe I would just approach him, I would just speak to him, I would say, hey, are you interested to work for our company? And that's a really good way if you're looking for a job. And then I just suggested also to have different names, and it's up to you for recommendation then. So yeah, I will do the changes, and he was just replying to my comments a bit, and I was just in autopilot. Oh yeah, autopilot mode when trained. Yeah, so perfect. So no worries, I will move this library to support PHP 8 or higher, and drop PHP 7 perfect for the next release. So that's all good. Thank you. And by the way, when you are contributing to open source libraries like this one, what's really good is that you get free access to Copilot. You know Copilot from GitHub? Well, you have free access to it. So normally you have to pay $10 a month for Copilot. However, if you are open source maintainer and you have a lot of projects you are working on, GitHub will detect it automatically. I don't know how they probably use AI, so artificial intelligence, and they will give you access for free automatically. This is what happens for me. So I have different repositories. I have quite a lot actually, and I have a big software. I mean, quite a huge software. I have been working. It's an open source software. It's a social dating website builder, and I have been working on that one for over 10 years. And this is maybe why GitHub, like it was easy for GitHub to see, oh yeah, obviously this person, he has a lot of open source projects, so it makes sense. Directly I got Copilot for free, and if you're a student as well, you can get Copilot for free. Otherwise you will have to pay $10 a month. And some of my colleagues, they were asking the company to get Copilot being paid by the company, but usually what they would say, oh, we don't really want this, because Copilot will actually read the code, which is not entirely true, but they use that excuse to not pay for it. Usually they will say, oh, for privacy reason, or we don't want like a AI software to read the code, we won't do it. So you have to be careful. Usually sometimes companies, especially traditional companies, I mean a little bit more traditional or less open-minded, they will say no to those kind of AI auto completion tools. So for Copilot, for instance, but in my case it's really nice because I got it for free since I have a lot of open source projects. Let's continue to review the PR. So pretty much I really like everything that has been done here. So after, what's nice always to do is just to clone the repository after and to do the few changes you wanted to make. Here we just comment beautiful. I will merge it for now. And we'll do some minor changes if needed. Looks great, looks really great. And then thank you so much for contributing to this library. Any feedback or further are more than welcome. Perfect. So any feedback or further enhancement, Happy New Year. I will say that because today is the first. I will make it perfect. Happy New Year. Beautiful, and so beautiful. Beautiful. And so I just comment like this, and now I can approve and run. This is a workflow I have. It will check the unit tests. So I have a .github folder. You will see where it is. It's this one, and there I'm running some unit tests. So I will run that one. You see it's on push and pull request. So let's see if the unit test, oh, it's failing actually. Let's see why it's failing. So you can see this easily by going there, and then one failing check, and that's about the unit test. So I believe one unit test is not working, so it's this one. You can see path, hospitalization, volume, line 72. Let's have a look. And I can even share a screenshot with him. Can do that, and then I can just paste it here. Oh, it didn't work apparently, not too sure why. So let's try again, just like this, easy peasy. And so after you just drag and drop, I will do it here. Now it works. I think it's because it was in the middle of the text area. So let's see. It's a type issue actually. It's not a big issue. It was here. So I'll just have a look here again to my own screenshot, so you can see is 260. So the line 72. So let's have a look in the changes. Perfect. And now if I'm looking for it, 72, it's this one, pass. So here for some reason we have a boolean. Let's see, why do we have a boolean? That sounds a bit weird. Let's have again a look to the screenshot. You know, usually you have to make sure, normally I should run the library directly on my local, but it's because I don't have it locally on the computer I have at the moment. So 72, yeah, read files. So that was a test. So text extended file. So let's have a look to that test. Maybe he mentioned a boolean, I believe. Let's see what happened here. No, let's have again a look. Not too sure what's happening because so as you can see, read file, and let's again check. So it was here, and merge file, read file, and not there, and then it will fail here. Oh, maybe it meant 70. Oh yes, I think this one it's returning a boolean because the path is not correct. So let's have a look here. Band data, because it's in the test. The test running it doesn't find it. Oh, because it's running on the root directory. Oh, I think I know. So that's why, and this is why it doesn't find it. So ideally, let's try to have tests, and normally this should work. It's because you can see it will fail. It's just a path actually, it's not a big deal, but this one, so will pass, will just fail because it doesn't find it. So PHP, if you retype PHP here, will pass, the path is just incorrect. So again, it's not so if we go back, you will see it will be here. It will be obviously the whole path, and then without the test folder, tests folder. So merge file, I will just have a look again to merge file, and then email, yeah. So I will just add tests, and let's see from there. So I will just edit. Normally I should be able to edit that file. Yes, I am. And if I go read merge file, oops, I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, so now if I'm looking for merge file, that one, and then I just do tests like this. Perfect. This should technically be fine. Let's have a look. Fixing. path. Perfect. And here fixing path. Need test. Need to mention the test folder as the tests are being run from the roots from the main project folder. Okay, so let's commit to this and let's have a look how it goes. So now we have tests. We just see the workflows, the GitHub action will just run again, and we can just wait for it. So he also did some fixes with PR, obviously, you know, PHP standard recommendation, PSR, and there were some curly brackets that were missing. So I think I mentioned this. If we are looking for PSR, yes, like here, there was just no braces. So curly brackets is always better, even if it's one condition. So now let's have a look how the test is. Oh, it's still failing. Oh wow, that's interesting. So let's have again a look. Oh no, that's a shame. I might have to do it on my machine then, because it's just easier to debug here. It's like just guessing, but I cannot really do much. And merge file, because we are on tests. Yes, and then if we are looking this, file is correct, but for somehow real path function is giving a false. So we are not able to retrieve it. So here, see, it's the same, yeah, same path. The file name is the same. I will just clone the repository then, and I will have a look on my machine. So I have now just cloned the repository, not allowed, and I will now go inside. So you see, this has been cloned, and if I do cd, not allowed, and I'm now inside, branch is main, and I will open it with Visual Studio Code, and here I will have a look to the test folder. So let's make it a little bit bigger, and from there, so the test, obviously I'm not on that branch. Oh yeah, we have to change to the other branch because I don't have it by default. As you can see, I have only the main branch, so technically I have to go to his fork repository, and there we'll be able to switch to that branch. So if I clone his repository, the one he has, because he forked it, so it's like two repositories. So you see that one, the username is still Soulshard. So there, for Soulshard, you will have it, and you see, because there you have two branches. So I will clone actually this one instead. So if I go there, yes. So if I go here, I will remove what I have done for now. I'll just do rm remove not allowed, and I will clone the other one. So shine not allowed, and then I will open it again in Visual Studio Code, and here also I have to switch to the other branch. So if I do git branch, you will see, oh, oh, of course I'm not on, I have to do cd, not allowed, and then git branch. You see, oh sorry, I see 2 branches. Oh no, that's only 1. That's weird. Oh, maybe I probably do git pull, git fetch, git fetch. I think if I directly mention the branch, it will switch actually. So if I directly do git checkout that branch, let's see. Perfect, now I'm there, and if I go to Visual Studio Code, I should be able to see that one. Oops. So we just go code. Awesome. So now here I am, and there band data. You can see that one. So if I do PHP, I first have to install the dependencies. Composer install. Let's install everything. So again, the dependencies are from composer.json, this one, and beautiful. Now if I do PHP vendor PHP unit, I don't use a global PHP unit, I use the one from the package. So bin for binary and then PHP unit. Wow, that doesn't look really good, and everything is failing actually. So you always have to be careful. I'm not too sure why it doesn't. Yes, that's interesting. So I think I will have to look a little bit deeper then. Let's focus on the first test that was failing, because I believe GitHub action workflows doesn't show the other failing test. It will fail directly as soon as one test will fail, and after, once that one is fixed, the other one will be shown, and then the other one, and then the other one, and so on. So if we go to where was the test file, merge file here, just remove this, and I will just try to run band test that test. So I will use filter. You will see what I'm speaking about. So here I will just zoom a little bit. If I do, so again, PHP unit, filter, and here to be band test, colon, like this. So you see, it still does not have a property named cache. 21, and the file is 21. It's funny because GitHub wasn't showing this one. 21 gets property, so it doesn't have that property somehow. That's interesting. So because it will get from ban, but for some reason it cannot, or maybe it's my PHP version actually, and that might be the case. I do public, and oh yes, I think it's because now it's private, and so PHP will not allow it, and before it was a kind of a bug. That's why it was working. You see, protected, it works, but I believe it's because I'm running PHP 5.2. I will just check PHP 7.3. Oh, that's actually quite an old version, so maybe it's also for that reason, and because it won't be compatible. So yeah, I have to be careful there, since the version is quite and my version is quite old, but good to know. So at least now anyway I have the same issue. Well, I will just change to public. Perfect. And now I go back here and let's run again. So here I have exactly the same. So let's see why it's giving that error. So to see this, we could have breaking points. I mean, have a breakpoint like here, and then run in the debugging mode. So if I add a breakpoint, but in our case, we just do it simply. We just use will pass here, and let's just have a look. First, what's in the path, and now let's run it. So test. So obviously something is not right. Okay, so apparently it's actually fine. That one does exist. So, and now I will have false, obviously. So let's see. Yeah, of course I was so there, and let's have a look here. Dump. So this one will give false. Oops. PHP vendor bin PHP unit. Oh yes, sorry, it's because I did cd, that's why, obviously. So it couldn't find for PHP unit anymore. Yeah, false. And here, if I just change so yeah, I will just check my battery on 9% is still okay. So merge file here. Let's do this. So let's see what it finds. Yeah, obviously nothing. And now still nothing. So we should let's see what this one exactly does then. So pass. I believe something from the way should be working technically, because directory test but it's only that PHP doesn't, I mean, whale pass doesn't like it. I know it's a little bit tricky. I had that issue in the past as well. Like, you have to be careful where I pass. I mean, like you see here, this would work. If I, yeah, no, it won't. Whale pass that way, and false, obviously it's when it cannot find it. Yeah, the file doesn't exist, for instance. Here though, sometimes it's because of permission issues. So test bind data, and then I wonder, maybe it will be because of permission issues. I'm still not 100% sure though. No. And here let's do only one. So let's see if only for one. Oh, you see this one works. So it's actually that one, the second one, that wouldn't work. This one works. Oh, that's funny. Oh, now they do work. So I just did this. I thought I did it the other time. That's funny. This, yeah, this one wouldn't. So yes, at least now we know. So we can leave it as this instead. Yes. So that will be the best. So this is what I will do now. I will just fix the test by removing dir, the constant dir. So let's go again to the pull request. I will go to my account, pull request. Here I will do exactly the same, and I will just remove the dynamic constant. I'm just looking for my battery. Yeah, 4%. So normally it should be okay. And here, yeah, let's edit this one. Perfect. And so there we can just remove this and have that. Awesome. And now fixing with path to avoid with path on GitHub giving false when running unit tests. Fixing yeah, fixing path. And the path, let's just be a little bit specific. So to avoid returning false, the path to avoid giving false. Perfect. So I can just commit this. Awesome. And now normally this should be fine. So let's have a look. The GitHub CI should be quite quick. So CI is for continuous integration, and we can even go to action. So yeah, let's go there. And I think, let's see again here. If it passes, let's see. Oh yeah, it does. You see now. Perfect. Now the unit test is passing. Amazing. I will just do edit here. Unit test. Now passing. Just drop the perfect. Oh yeah, just 1p. Oh, sometimes I get confused now. Double p. Yeah. Perfect. Wow. Okay, so we can do it. Sometimes it's even making mistakes grammarly. But anyway, so this is done. It helps a lot otherwise grammarly. So this is done, and I have merged it, and so you have seen now more or less the process. And I'm going to do some updates. Now it's only available for PHP 8, 8 or even more, at least 8 obviously. So if I read it again here, let's see PHP, because I did comment that's available union types, it's only available for PHP 8. I think PHP 8, not 8.1. So let's update our composer.json here, and let's make this version to be compatible only for PHP 8. Perfect. And not yeah, oh, it was 7.2. I thought it was 7.4. Perfect. So update mini minimum PHP version to TV8. Awesome. So that's done as well. And now we can also update the readme, because on readme on it was 7.2. So now I'll just update I don't know if they have a page for PHP 8. I think it's a different page. So 8.0. Oops. I don't know why. Sometimes with the keyboard, especially when you are a little bit tired, you tend to make mistakes. Let's just see here. PHP 8. Let's have a look. I think my computer will die very soon. PHP 8. I will just give that URL. And that's it. You see, you have seen more or less how to do it very easily. So that's amazing. And oops, if I do this, why? Oh yeah, sometimes it's too smart to already do it for you. So just then do this. That's this, and then to be 8.0, and that's it. Awesome. Perfect or higher. I think that's correct. So yeah, beautiful. Well done. So you know, it's always a good idea to create a PR, to create a contribution, and like I said, good for your CV as well. It's a really good idea to do this. And I wish you good luck. I suggest you to contribute a bit when you see an issue, a bug, or just because you don't want to reinvent the wheel. It's a good idea to reuse a repository. See you in another video, and I wish you a wonderful day.